Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants, and I'm gonna rant about this. From the post-millennial, Texas passes bill to protect girls' sports. In their third special session, Texas legislature passed a bill that would protect girls and women from being forced to compete against biological males in athletics. That's actually very good news. I'm gonna try to skirt the bunning line as much as I possibly can because, as you all know, YouTube absolutely hates anything that goes against the narrative, despite the science being there. For instance, here is the science that I am actually talking about. You can deny it as much as you possibly can, but here is a fact. From BMG, seriously BMJ, how does hormone transition in transgender women change body composition, muscle strength and hemoglobin? Systematic review with a focus on the implications for sport participation. Systematic review is pretty much right about on the top of very reliable and very important research. It's pretty much cohort studies, systematic review, systemic review, and things like that. It's pretty much up right on top of the pyramid of what constitutes science. So this is absolutely fucking important. But here is the results, which I'm just going to highlight here. The effects of longer duration therapy, 36 months, in eliciting further decrements in these measures are unclear due to paucity of data. Okay? Notwithstanding, values for strength, LBM, which here they show lean body mass and muscle area in trans women remain above those of cisgender women. I would prefer if you idiots didn't actually use the word cisgender. That's actually just affirming the CRT idiots and other woke imbeciles. Just call them biological woman or not a native in gender or the gender woman or whatever. Even after 36 months of hormone therapy. Yeah. So basically, the conclusion here. In trans women, hormone therapy rapidly reduces HGB to levels seen in cisgender women. In contrast, hormone therapy decreases strength, LB, and muscle area, yet the values remain above the observed cisgender women. Even after 36 months, this finding suggests that the strength may be well preserved in trans women during the first 3 years of hormone therapy. This goes to show exactly what I have been saying, using these books over here, these books. See them over there. Well, exactly. These because just because you went through hormone therapy, obviously I'm not even being against that. Go on and do it yourself. But don't pretend that you can actually participate against women, because you're still gonna have your muscle mass of being male. You grew up as a male, you went through puberty as a male, so your muscle mass, your muscle's still male. For instance, on your bone structure, everything else, you're still gonna have the extra hooks, for instance, on the jaws, on the skull. There is one over here, in which multiple muscles attached in there to actually give you extra strength, at least on your face. This is just an example. For instance, your pelvis is different, the women are a bit wider, right where the berber passes through. Yes, it's biology. You can deny it as much as you want, but those will not change the facts. And here is the problem. Here is one of the problems that these people are actually trying to combat. Here, let me just go to the full website instead of being an archive. I should have done that before, but I don't know why I didn't. And now it's taking its sweet fucking merry time to actually change. Anyway, this is from World Obstacle Federation Internationale de Sporten des Boston. Anyway, they actually are quoting IOC here. The politics of World Obstacle regarding transgender athletes follow the International Olympic Committee. Here it is what they say. The athlete must demonstrate that her testosterone level in serum has below 10 nanomoles per liter for at least 12 months prior to the first competition, which with the requirement for any longer period to be based on confidential case-by-case evaluation, considering whether or not 12 months is sufficient length to minimize the advantage on women's competition. The athlete's total testosterone level in serum must remain below 10 nanomoles per liter throughout the period desired eligibility to compete in female category. Here is the problem with this aspect. Yeah, that's nearly fivefold the difference of a natural woman. The natural woman is in 0.2 to 2.3 something nanomoles per liter. Here it is, for Mayo Clinic laboratories, what you considered. Here one is using a different measure, but if you want, let me take for instance here, 8 and 60, the L and GDL. So you go here and insert it here on the units lab. It's a quick conversion that will help you convert everything at will. Pretty easy. See, 2. Actually, it was less than the maximum. It's 2.08. That's the average. This is the usual average where you actually expect a woman to go through. And there is even the PCOS is usually on the higher level over here, which is 2. So basically, you're giving trans women a huge advantage over normal women, you know, by birth women, biological women. Not only do they still have this bone structure and the muscles, now they have the testosterone on top of it. That's not nice. You're pretty much destroying women's sports. Look, I am not against transgender. I, in fact, support it. I even went and supported transgender to go to the bathroom they feel most comfortable with. And now I'm starting to regret a bit in there, but that's neither here and there. Look, if you want a trans woman to compete on Olympics, do so. But either create a different section on the Special Olympics or something, or put them to compete against men. Obviously, they'll stand no chance because of the lower testosterone and things like that, but still, it's better than putting them to compete against women who are weaker. They don't have the same physical prowess as males. This is biology. This is evolution. Women evolved to be more social creatures. We, as males, evolved to be more lone creatures because that benefited us as hunters. And on that aspect, we became more more physically stronger, faster, and things like that, where women are not. It's a huge difference. Men and women were made for each other, as in to complement the weakness and the strengths of one another and make one strong entity by union. Anyway, this is another example. This is from Springer, transgender women in the female category of sports perspective on testosterone suppression and performance advantage. This is another research, and here it is. I'm going to show it to you. Although in the aspect of, based on the title, let's see, is it cohort? No, here it is, requiring suppression below 10 nanomoles. Like I showed to you guys, the difference either way. This one is a little bit lower in comparison to the systemic review, but still. Longitudinal studies examining the effect of testosterone suppression on muscle mass and strength in transgender women consistently show very modest changes, where the loss of lean body mass, muscle area, and strength typically amounts to approximately 5% in 12 months of treatment. Thus, the muscular advantage enjoyed by transgender women is only minimally reduced when testosterone is suppressed. See this? Very, very, very important. I nearly actually joined the word seen and very and veen. Anyway, the sports organization should consider this evidence when reassessing current policies regarding participation of transgender women in female category of sport. This is absolutely very important because science is there. We know, we've seen, there is evidence in there proving that it's not right to put transgender women, trans women, to compete with biological women. You know that. They do not have the same advantage. You're pretty much taking them. Coffee with cinnamon. That's actually much better than nutmeg. Because I better leave in notice. Oh god, I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, I suppressed the sneeze. Anyway, where was I? Ah, right. Because this will take the women's, for instance, the girls' right to a scholarship. For instance, they'll take the opportunity of a girl of competing in the Olympics. They'll take everything out from them. It's destroying their dreams. Anyway, after nearly 10 hours of debate, House Bill 25, 10 hours, Jesus Christ, passed mostly along the party line, 76 to 54 on October 14th, and went to the Senate the next day where it passed to 1912. The bill went back to the House and was approved. I final time 76-61. The third special session ended Monday. This marks the fourth time this year the Texas legislature has tried to pass a measure protecting females playing athletics. Legislation protecting females in sports had passed in Texas Senate but failed in the House 3 previous times, once in regular session and twice in special session. Governor Greg Abbott has said he will sign the bill. HB 25 ensures that biological girls will compete against only against other biological girls, with one exception. The bill would only allow biological girls to play on boys' sports team if there isn't a girls team for that sport, and the University Interscholastic League allows it. Alright, although it's not allowing the transgender students to join team with birth certificate changes as proof of gender, the gender on the birth certificate must have been entered at or near the time of the student's birth. Yeah, I'm sorry, but it is the fact, and the time it took for them to actually approve this just shows that the Democrats and many of the control left are actually a bit anti-science, because the science is very clear, and I have shown it to you guys here. Pretty much at the beginning of the entire session of this video was talking about the science and the evolution of man and female. You saw it. I am sorry, but those are the facts. There's nothing much you can do to change that. I am sorry. Democrats lawmakers argued against the bill, saying there hadn't been any such recorded cases of transgender boys on girls' team causing conflict or resulting in girls' loss of scholarship opportunities. Well, I pretty much seem to remember quite a few girls dropping out or not even standing a chance or losing everything because every single trans woman who competed on their sports ended up winning. The Democrats being anti-science and anti-history all the time. A common argument for the bill is like this among the conservatives. However, UIL did testify in last week's committee hearing that one school district in Dallas is navigating what to do with 2 student athletes currently changing their birth certificates to match their new identity. Suggested that the proof was enough, that the issue will continue to expand to other school districts. Let's move on. Some of the Texas press capitalized on this controversial legislature and regularly features families with transgender children, showcasing how legislation like this could keep the transgender children from sports and blah blah blah. However, legislation designed to protect females as they play sports is not uncommon or unpopular, save for among a small vocal crowd. So far in 2021, 37 states have introduced similar legislation, 8 states have legislation on the books, Well done, and I hope more and more end up doing this. We need to protect them because of... It's kind of like it goes with the trope of if you're a failure as a man, go and be successful as a woman. It's pretty much that what it is doing. Let me finish the article here. A 2020 poll shows that nearly 75% of American voters support protecting females in sports competitions from being forced to play against biological males. After Governor Abbott signs the bill, Texas will be the 10th state with a provision protecting female sports. I think this is very, very good. Let's see here on the link I clicked. Let's see if it shows which states. Ah, here it is. What does the blue stand from? They don't... Oh, okay. Click. It doesn't explain, but I suppose based on the results, these are the states that protect, and this is probably the states that have some in the books. I think. I mean, why would you actually put a map like this and not give us the legends of what it means? The states that include just bills. Okay, I'm clicking there now. Let's see what happens. Nothing. It doesn't give me the legend, but I suppose those are the states. I'm surprised. A few of those states in there, I'm actually surprised, if you allow me to say it, especially New Jersey, Illinois, and especially Washington, but then again, it's a mostly red state with the exception of Seattle and the bluish areas here. Everything else is red. But then again, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, I'm actually kind of surprised in there. But overall... no, another surprise here, West Virginia. I thought that they would be like Texas by now, but still. Good. Anyway, if you like this type of content, stay right here on youtube.com/Jester. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell button if you want more of my beautiful face. So, on that case, on that bombshell, thank you, Jeremy Clarkson. Have a great fucking night.